Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? My name is Deborah and I am here to give you my episode 10 review of Pinocchio. And oh my freaking goodness. I don't know how this writer does it, but oh my freaking goodness, she just takes it to the next level every time. Okay, so I'm gonna start like all my reviews. I'm gonna start from my favorite to my least favorite since to what I thought about drama as a whole. And oh my freaking goodness, let's go. Alright, so my number one favorite scene this week, and I am sure it was completely everyone else's favorite scene, was definitely at a conference when Inha's mom, Song Cha-ok, was talking, and she thought she could talk back to her daughter again like she did before, and her daughter would shut up and she could shut her daughter down by saying her daughter is a Pinocchio, so she only believed in the Pinocchio like I told you last time because of her experiences with Pinocchios. And her daughter was like, dude, that was the biggest mistake you and the Pinocchio made and stuff, and she took Dalpo's words and used it on her, and at the end of the day, the Yoo-hoo by Ray was the best thing ever. Okay, so I definitely love that scene, how she spoke her mind to her mom, and she noticed that Dalpo was holding back and he couldn't speak because of her, even though it was obvious that he had so much to just pour out to the mom. And so she decided to take it upon herself and do the talking for him, and I just love that scene. And I'm gonna say some more stuff about it later on, but that was my number one favorite scene. My number two favorite scene this week was definitely in the beginning when Dalpo met with Inha and she kept apologizing, and he told her it's okay. And then finally she said she wanted to hear his story because she has heard the story from other people, but it's different when you hear it from the person himself. And she knows Dalpo won't lie to her, so she trusts him for that. And he told her the whole story, and I love the part where he was telling her, okay girl, we're done. I've been listening to you for 2 hours. It's time to go in. I'm freezing here. I really love that part. That part was so cute, and I'm just like, oh, cute. Oh my goodness, what do I do with you? So that was my second favorite scene. My third favorite scene this week was definitely the scene where the dad came to meet Dalpo to talk to Dalpo, and he contacted Inha and asked her how she felt about Dalpo, and she said, oh yeah, I liked him. I did not see that coming. I didn't expect her to actually admit it to the dad, even though she was the one that told Dalpo previously that if the dad asks, they have to admit it and he shouldn't give up on her, etc. So it was really like still shocking for me, and I'm like, wait, why was I even shocked that she admitted that and stuff? Because Inha is so sincere and she can't lie because she'd have hiccups. And so she said the truth, and the dad cut the phone and he called Dalpo, and she wanted to go with Dalpo because she wanted to be there to protect him, which says so much again about her. And then finally Dalpo went to meet the dad, and the dad couldn't do nothing about it, and the dad's like, okay, well, you know what my daughter means to me, right? Oh, I can't believe I gave up this really rich guy for you, simple normal Dalpo, that I know nothing about your family. But I had a problem with another scene right there, but I'll talk about it later. But that was my third favorite scene this week. My fourth favorite scene this week was definitely when Inha found out the truth and how she treated her mom at the elevator, and she gave her the skank eye like, Jude, you think you're wicked? Shoot, I can show you wicked. I'm your daughter, okay? I'm not getting on this elevator. I want to have nothing to do with you. I was like, oh yes! 1 point for Inha, 1 point for Gryffindor. So I was really happy. I'm like, yes! That was my next favorite scene. Now let's go to my least favorite scenes, and then I'll tell you what I thought about the drama as a whole, okay? So my number one least favorite scene this week was definitely the scene where Dalpo lied to Cap. But I was so mad at him because when he arrived and he held it, I'm like, dude, you do realize you're very obvious and Cap will get what's going on. And he was telling Cap all this stuff about, well, you told me to make a decision, I can hide it, I can just let Hyung keep living the way he's living. And I'm like, bro, you do realize that he hates Cha-ok and he can come against your own girlfriend, right? And he can hurt hurt you by hurting her, and he doesn't even know who you are. You do not hide the secrets. If there's one thing you should have learned from your dad's situation, is that these things do not stay hidden forever. The truth shall finally come out, and at the end of the day, people will hate your brother for acting like he's all innocent and good when he isn't and stuff. So I was really mad at him, but I was so proud of Cap and how Cap just said, okay, I'll give it to you, but just watch how this is gonna unfold, because I'm waiting. Something is definitely gonna happen. So I loved Cap for doing that. Then my second favorite, least favorite scene this week was definitely the scene where Dalpo finally met Inha's mom again, and it was so obvious that he had so much to tell her and he had so much pent-up anger in him, but he was hiding it and he didn't say it. And I'm like, dude, who are you deceiving? You keep hiding this. The day it burst out, it will even be worse than Hyung's situation and stuff. So I was really mad at him that he wanted to say stuff, but because of Inha, he was holding back. And I'm like, you shouldn't hold back because it's gonna get worse later. So I didn't like that. Now my third favorite, least favorite scene was also something similar when they were at the conference itself, and Dalpo was also holding back from speaking, and luckily for us, Inha noticed that. So that was my third least favorite scene. And my fourth least favorite scene, which was pretty embarrassing to watch and stuff, was when they were having the dinner. YGN and MSC's executives were having the dinner, and it was just so embarrassing the way Cap and the other YGN reporters were behaving. It was kind of funny, but it was still embarrassing. It was like, oh my goodness, what are you doing to yourselves and stuff. So yeah, I didn't like that scene. Now let's go to what I thought about the drama as a whole. So this week was pretty interesting. I have a lot to say, but let's start from Dalpo and Inha. Okay, first of all, I love how the writer made it that Inha stated all that she stated in the conference while the brother was there, because that gives the brother that kills the brother's motive for harming Inha, because he now knows that Inha is team him and his family, so he won't want to harm Inha, and his evilness that he's gonna be creating, or the scenes that he's gonna create, are not gonna be extremely huge and won't keep increasing and stuff by one less person. And he realizes that not everyone is bad. Just because Chaok is bad doesn't mean Inha is also the same way as her mom. So I really like how that was played out, and we saw that when he finally came to confront her at the ending. He didn't want to hurt her, he just wanted to know how she knew all she knew and why she acted that way, because he was confused. This is not what he was used to. And like I said, I felt Inha is gonna be the saving grace of this family, and she was the bridge that they needed in order to bridge the gap in their relationship and bring the two brothers again together, which finally happened. And I was just like, Ottokaji, Hyung knows, and I was just freaking out. But yeah, I really love that they used Inha to heal that gap and stuff, and to also make her mom realize her fault, because you could see that the mom finally sincerely felt bad about what she had done, and she realizes that she had made a mistake, and it was her daughter that slapped her back to her senses. Now let's go to Choi Dalpo. I did not like how he was holding back this week, and it was kind of ironic how at the end of the day we saw that it was MSC reporters whom Dalpo has labeled as the bad people that were suspicious of his Hyung and were seeking for the truth sincerely, while Dalpo, who is meant to be this good guy that doesn't want to hide wrongs and wants to bring it out and let the real truth be revealed, is the one hiding the truth and acting the way that he doesn't want Chaok's mom to act, and hiding facts. And how is he not sure that Moon Dok-soo doesn't have a family that is being ruined because of his brother, just like his own family was ruined because of a reporter, and right now he's doing the same thing that he hates. So it was kind of ironic, but it was kind of funny to watch and see how each time he smiled at Inha, each time he spoke to Inha, or each time he talked to people, you could see that his happiness was not real happiness. He was feigning happiness, and he himself knew that what he was doing was one, wrong, and two, the truth will come out very soon. So he was walking on ice and he wasn't safe. So I found it really funny that he was doing all that while realizing all that, and he was in a state of extreme denial, and that was really sad though. But yeah, I like how Inha noticed it straight on and noticed notice that this is not the guy that I love and something's wrong somewhere and we need to fix this, and since he's not gonna fix this himself, I'm gonna help him fix that. So I really like that about this week's dynamics between Inha and Choi Dao-po. The other thing that I really loved was the fact that the dad didn't conform to money, and what was important to him was the fact that his daughter was happy or is happy, and so he went to Dim Dao-po because he knows all what Dao-po has been through for his family, and he realizes that the most important thing is the happiness of his daughter. But I wondered, when he finds out about Dao-po's situation, how will he react? Because I didn't like when Dao-po lied to the dad, which is one of my least favorite scenes. When Dao-po lied to the dad about his family, yes, it wasn't the right time to say the truth, but he shouldn't have lied about not having a Hyung. He could have said he had a Hyung but doesn't want to meet him yet, and he can't say why yet. The dad has been quiet and patient and understanding to the fact that Dao-po doesn't want to give his secrets yet for how many years. So this time won't be any different. He will understand, but Dao-po didn't understand that, and Dao-po lied, and that's gonna, I feel, is gonna be a huge problem, a conflict in the future when time comes and stuff. But I think it's pretty interesting though that at the end of the next episode, what we're gonna see is Dao-po revealing who he is to An Chan-soo, and his brother finally going to prison or something for what he has done, but justice is served. That's the look and the whole theme and everything that they gave us of what's gonna happen. So hopefully, if that's what happens, that will be really awesome. Finally, justice is served. But then I feel the writer is gonna bring another bomb our way, and I wonder what kind of bomb is gonna be brought our way again, because that cannot be the end of it. But I was really shocked that finally Hyung found out about the brother in this episode. But then I asked myself again, why am I shocked? This writer never ceases to amaze us with revelation of secrets, and she doesn't keep anything hidden. She just brings it all out, but brings it all out in a way that wows you and keeps you speechless, and you're like, oh my goodness, what the heck just happened right now? So yeah, this episode was really interesting. I loved it. It was the dynamics, it kept us on our toes, it kept us on our feet. There's never a dull moment with this drama. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely go start Pinocchio. It's definitely one of a kind, one of my best for this year, because of the way the writers implementing and executing everything. You just have to give it to this writer. She or he, and I think it's a she, is doing a great job. But yeah, that's how I feel about Pinocchio this week. I loved it. I can't wait to see next week and how Dao-po regains everything and dishes out justice in the terms of his brother, and how everything is officially settled. But yeah, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and keep being awesome, beautiful people you are. From me to you, you know, I've got some love for you. Peace.